So what do you want to do with your life? Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget, and that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Guys, there was a video when I was growing up. Twisted Sister had a video. You can look it up on YouTube. I want to rock. I want to rock. And I think it was that video. Maybe it was We're Not Gonna Take It. Whatever it is. The beginning of the video, the dad is real militant. He starts yelling at his son, and he tells him, or he asks him rather, what do you want to do with your life? And we've all asked ourselves that question. And I don't care if you're 15, 25, 35, 55. There's always a time in our lives when we're reevaluating, especially after lockdowns. Everybody was considering career changes, maybe relationship changes. It gives you a little bit of time to slow down and think about your life, and are you really happy, and are you really pursuing that which you feel you were on this earth for, okay? Or just what makes you happy, if you don't want to go super deep or philosophical. But I digress. So, when you're a kid and the world is new and you don't know political things that may get in the way, depending on where you were born in the world, if you were born into money, born poor, etc., you have grand dreams. You don't have any psychological limitations, right? You don't know the hurdles that need to be cleared to achieve something that you want, something that you've dreamt of. And you basically talk big, right? And adults usually laugh at you, and some will entertain it, some will tell you to keep dreaming and push, and you can do anything you want to do, and others will be more realists, and they'll say, you can't do that because of this, and this, right? And give you the reasons why you're never going to achieve the things that you want to achieve. But history has a long list of examples of people that were told that they couldn't do something, there was no way to get it done, or that they were not strong enough, big enough, whatever, right? And if you look, the name of this channel, 5 Nothing 100 Nothing, taken from the movie Rudy, where the custodian tells Rudy, look at you, because Rudy was ready to quit the football team because he was basically riding the bench all 4 years, and he was quitting because he didn't get to play in a game. But Rudy had overcome insurmountable odds and made it all the way up and played for the best football team in college football. And he told him, he goes, what do you mean you're going to quit? You're 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing, and you've made it to the greatest, you made it through the greatest school, and got a position on the best team in the country. And the thing is that if you think through periods of your life, if you're young, this may not apply to you yet, but for Gen Xers and maybe older, you've had some career success perhaps. You've achieved some of your bucket list things. Maybe if you're like me, I achieved all of my bucket list things, by the age of 30, and then definitely by the age of 35, they were solidified. And then kind of went into a little bit of a psychological or mental tailspin, thinking about what else now? What do I do now? I was not hopeful or pushing or had drive to do anything because I achieved the things I wanted to achieve. And like they say, sometimes you get to the top of the mountain and it's lonely, because now what? It's like there's no fairy tale ending in this life. There's always another challenge. There's always something. I know people that went from rags to riches. They started off poor, pushed and grinded all the way up to the top, sold their business for millions of dollars, and then they spent those retirement years just trying to protect their wealth, stop from being sued by somebody. always somebody asking for a handout from them, or for help from them. And they said that, you trade in one set of problems for another set of problems. So think about what it is you want and why you want it. Are you trying to avoid problems? Are you trying to avoid stress? Are you trying to avoid getting up in the morning? All these things, and figure out what your whys are before you actually take those steps. And there's nothing wrong with, if you've taken those steps up the ladder, and let's say you're halfway up that ladder and you're starting to understand or realize that this is not what you want, and you've carefully considered what the cost is of finishing the climb to the top, or reevaluating, reconfiguring that GPS, taking that ladder off of that ledge and taking it over to another edge, to another ledge, or another building signifying or meaning like a goal, or pursuit. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that we can't get back is time. And if you feel like a sunk cost fallacy is of you've been going in the same direction and you've got so much momentum in that direction that it's too late to turn back and start and blaze a new trail, you're wrong. And you've got to follow your heart. You've got to count the cost, right? What's it going to take? What's it going to cost you to course correct? What's it going to cost you not to course correct? Your happiness is very important. And you're the only one responsible for your own happiness, for your own joy. You can't blame it on anybody else. If you don't like the direction you're going with your life, if you're not satisfied, you need a new plan. You need to carefully consider the steps it's going to take, and then take some action on that and move forward in the direction of your goals and dreams. And it may not happen overnight. It usually doesn't. But if you really want it, you'll do everything and give up anything of personal comfort and satisfaction in order to get it. And there's a lot of examples of that. I don't need to point you to them. They're out there. Seek and you shall find. Like, share, subscribe.